So I realized that a lot of guys don't know where to start in terms of actually making money online, and they don't have enough actual stories of how people have done it in the past. Because the easiest way to do it yourself is just to mimic someone who's done it already. So what I wanted to do is just give my entire story, kind of how I started, how I progressed, and how I basically got to where I am right now. So if I had to, let's say, think back to kind of where I started, it was really just me being extremely bored in school during my last year of school. And I was like, well, what am I going to do? I did a month of actual school fully focused to get like good grades. Then within the month, I was like, I can't do this. This is so boring, right? So after a month, I was like, okay, I'm gonna need to think of something else. I need to do something else, right? So I started looking at different types of businesses. I'm gonna do manufacturing. I was looking at anything like drop shipping, all that kind of stuff. Like just trying to get into the world, trying to see everything that was going on. Then essentially, I stumbled upon like SMMA, right, through Iman Gaji, through Robert Garnett, like those kinds of guys, right? Even Cameron England, those kind of guys, right? And especially Cameron England, that guy, he made a lot of money. He's super young. He's way younger than me, and he made a lot fast. I saw him start out kind of my time, and then also make way more money in a short amount of time when I was still stuck. So that guy was a real big inspiration. So I was from there started to learn and watch a bunch of YouTube video, and I struggled for like literally a year and a half. I went on to med spas. Med spas was awful. And then Cameron England also. One of the reasons why I got into med spas because Cameron England was doing it and he was doing well, but I hated it. I can't stand it. I was doing DM campaigns, and with these DM campaigns, essentially, you need to follow the people and you like the person also follow them, and yeah, I literally got nightmares for seeing like basically overweight women being like, I don't know, karate chopped with a piece of wood to like lose weight or something. So absolutely hated it. Then I went on to roofers. Literally the strategy I was using to get roofing clients was the exact strategy that some top like coaches in this space are using to get like help the clients get more clients in the roofing space, or contract space in general. But even though I was booking sales calls like crazy, like sales call, I really did not. I just could not stand it. I did not enjoy it at all. And then I just stopped. And it's really on me, to be honest. If I just carried on that, what I was doing, I would have been killing it by now in that niche. But obviously, it just wasn't for me. I wouldn't be able to enjoy myself working with those people. If I was making more money, cool, I would enjoy it. But at least for right now, or then, I was not making money or enjoying it. So I was just kind of stuck. I was like, didn't know what to do. I felt like I tried so hard for so long. I was like constantly stressed, constantly doubting myself. Like one side of the hand, I had a delusion that there's no way I wouldn't make money. Like it was bound to happen. On the other hand, I was just completely doubting that everything is just an absolute delusion, right? People around me were doubting me, just like, go to university, what are you doing? Just go get a job. Like, why are you putting yourself through this? Just like, it's not going to work. Like, just stop. Just go learn some skills, do that for a couple of years, get a job for a couple of years. And once you've done that, then go start the business. Then go try and do this whole thing that you've been trying to do for a while, right? But no, I carried on going because screw that. That's my life. I'll do whatever the fuck I want. Then I went to Easy Grow's program and I bought their program, which was literally the most life changing thing I've ever done. So I got it, I think, like December of 2023. Within like 2 months or something, I made no money. Yeah, I was just stuck by then. Within 2 months, I was stuck. Like end of January, I was still nowhere. Watched all the videos. Then I finally realized that coaches, which can actually help you, brings it to one of my really valuable things that I learned that this whole thing is that, for example, let's say in school, right? You learn math. Imagine you didn't just learn it, you had to figure it out. Figuring it out took like decades, literally decades back in the day when people actually thought it, like Pythagoras. That was just the thing that literally took ages to figure out. Versus seeing what's working and copying that is so much faster, thousands of times faster. You learn it, maybe even learn it better, avoid the pitfalls. Like you can just skip like years and years and years of your life, right? Now, why would you not do the same thing in business? Why would you try to figure everything out on your own, or like basically not just pay to win. You know, paying to win is the most insane thing ever, and I don't see a reason why people don't do it more. Because you can genuinely just like transition life paths at insane speeds just by getting the exact thing you need to do, understanding why it's the exact thing you need to do, understanding how to do it. You can just learn business principles, learn everything really you need to do to become a success. So again, highly, highly, highly recommend speaking to people, networking with people, reaching out to people who are already making money, and copying them or getting guidance from them. Insanely valuable. Like even now, I'm friends with all the Easy Grow coaches or most Easy Grow coaches, or the sales guys, etc. And it's been insanely valuable to have that. But I digress. Once I started speaking with these coaches, I was essentially trying to use cold email to get clients, and it was just failing. But again, I had the delusion that there's no way it's not going to work. Like I've got everyone in my corner that I need to make this work. It just needs to. It's just bound to work. Like, there's no doubt about it, right? And this also taught me one very important lesson in terms of bottlenecks, right? So I had a cold email system. People usually see is I sent an email, I get no book calls, or I get no positive replies, and that's it. That's where it kind of ends, right? That is not the right way to think about these problems, right? I had to realize that there was many different steps or subcategories or conversion rates inside this whole process. I need to know what they were, if they were like good or not, like the bad KPIs or bad key performance indicators. So through this coach, he helped me realize that the actual issue was the deliverability of my emails. That was the thing that was fucking me up royally. Now, doesn't mean to say that once I fixed that, I would be, printing money. It was just to say that that was the next thing holding me back from progressing, right? So I had to buy way more emails, spend tons of money on it, which was, stressful to be honest, because, money's scarce at that point. So bought a bunch of emails, started email campaigns, and lucky to say that everything else in my entire thing, the leads, the email copy, the follow-up things, everything was good enough to get book calls. So first day I got like 20 book calls, next day I got 16 book calls. My entire calendar was full. Like literally people were complaining, you have no free slots in your calendar, like I can't book in. I had 8-10 calls back to back. Like every 45 minutes was like another one. I literally didn't have time to eat during that throughout the day because I was just working non-stop, closing deals, like on sales calls. So this was like one of the main changing points where like my life literally changed forever. 8 sales calls a day. The first actual day I made money, I made 10.5 grand in one day, which is just ridiculous, just genuinely ridiculous. Like how the fuck do you make 10.5 grand like the first day you actually close the deal? Like it's like 3 deals closed in the same day. From there, current closing, I made 42 grand in my first month of genuinely making money. I had like £300 there, a couple $100 there, but $42,000 in the first month, absolutely, genuinely insane. Like, even now thinking back to it, it's like, I wish you went from some random kid who was spending as much time as he could learning and progressing, like skinny, super stressed, to now suddenly I've like overtly, like outwardly made it to the world, right? Not to say people started suddenly believing me. People around me were just like, they would now call me arrogant, even though I was literally the exact same person. Like even now, I'm mentally, I'm like exactly the same. I'm just some guy that happens to make a bunch of money online because I work hard and I love doing it. But there will always be people that are like pushing against you to stop you from progressing. Because sometimes, and this is a genuine thing, sometimes people literally feel jealous that you're progressing and they're not. And they want to literally pull you back down, like lower your achievements, make themselves not feel great about yourself. Then there are also, on the other hand, people who will see that, be really impressed, either maybe want to grow with you, or you'll get into kind of new circles, which is what I have, which, I'm in a villa right now with like 9 other guys who are making tens of thousands of dollars a month, who will consistently push you forward, help you, just help you progress further and support you in the pursuit of that. So you may need to just change your groups of like people you're around. But again, I digress. So 42 grand a month in 1 month, then immediately, I thought I passed all the hardships now. I've got a bunch of clients now, I'm successful now. Immediately, cold email, I think I was using to get my self-clients and get client results, died. Just stopped working. Literally just stopped working. So everything I was doing no longer matters. It was like, I put all this work in, no longer get clients and no longer get client results. Now, again, coming back to my delusion of like, I know I can figure it out. I literally spent almost a fucking year trying to solve client results. Now, I found out other ways to get like clients. I could use Facebook ads, whatever. I tried the same strategy to get my client results, but it was just expensive. Like Facebook ads, I spoke to many experts, following my own advice. Many experts, the cost per call was not that bad, but it was just not, it was not scalable. That was it. It was just not really not scalable. But after pushing through, like the nights where I'd go on a walk, literally went on tons of walks to think. By the way, major hack. Go on walks, they help you think, you make tons of progress when you can actually think clearly, blood flowing, let your mind run, and then also you can sleep better because you're not having thoughts go through your head constantly. But all those nights when I'm on a walk by myself, stressed out of my mind, all of those were worth it. And even thinking back now, they're not as bad now thinking back to it than they were then. But all of those nights are worth it because now I finally figured out client results. And don't, trust me, I tried a lot of things. I tried a ton of things. Things actually I tried 6 months ago was the thing that actually the thing I'm getting client results using now. It didn't work back then. So actually I tried things, it didn't work. Then later on I figured out new pieces of information which I then went to test again. I was testing tons and tons of things. I spent over 15 grand in email domains to get client results. That's just the domains. That's not the software, that's not the leads, that's not the actual email accounts. I spent tens of thousands of dollars on email just for it not to work. So I just made tens of thousands of dollars, immediately tens of thousands of dollars to try and figure things out. Like, okay, email infrastructure there, didn't work. Maybe the email infrastructure is bad. Let me do a different one, I'll try this one. Okay, didn't work. Different one, try it, didn't work. Non-stop. But after all this time, early last month, I figured out exactly how to get client results. Now I'm literally scaling up. I'm hiring the team members for it, scaling up the systems, starting to hire new clients now. It's exactly what I've been waiting for a long time. And the reason why I mention this is that people may see people online making a ton of money. Like I know these guys behind me, I know people make 50 grand a month, 100 grand a month, 200 grand a month. I know even some of my clients with hundreds of millions, right? All of these people still struggle, they still get stuck. They still are stressed and they still like go through shit. But the people who can go through the shit and withstand it for extremely long periods of time, those are the people who win. Now you can decide to be one of the people who win and one of the people who don't. And actually I'll give you some of the main things I see between the guys who are winning, like the guys behind me, and if you can hear them laughing, or people who just never make it. One of getting back to like kind of step one is people who don't take action. People just kind of are very slow to make progression or take the next steps. Those guys won't make it. Now you may be one of those people who are really struggle to take action. Now you can change it, but unless or until you change it and start genuinely just taking action, like aggressive action. Like even my phone what do you call wallpaper is Gratuum Froster, which is something from Elon Musk, which is step by step ferociously. It's literally to take the next step as fast and aggressively as you can, progress as fast and aggressively as you can. This is spoken by one of the richest people in the world. I said one of the richest because we never really know, but that's one of the major things. Second, you need to have the right knowledge. Now that can be acquired using money, that can be acquired using some sort of network, reaching out to people who are really doing what you're doing, asking for help, asking for guidance. But the easiest way is paying for some sort of mentor or some sort of course. But I would just find a mentor who has good client results. I would reach out to the clients, ask them if they've actually got good client results, like if they actually help them. And I would make the investment. I would genuinely try any way to make some kind of investment because that is the fast way to progress. So if you have all actions, you know the exact actions to take, why in the fuck would you not be able to do it? Now there's one kind of third aspect which someone gets solved by the coaching or like mentorship, which is you learn the mindsets, the beliefs that you need to be successful. Now, I used to always think this mindset stuff is just complete and utter bullshit, but genuinely, without the right belief systems, without the right ways of thinking about things or your problems, etc., you will fail. You genuinely will fail. Like for me, I have a fucking bulletproof mindset around even terrible things that happen to me. I'll give you an example. When awful things happen to me, like a client will refund, even though I was getting client results, just because they felt like it, they didn't really like it anymore, and they just asked Amex to bring the money back, which Amex, they're very good at getting the money back. Thousands of dollars just out of my account for no reason. Or client results just dying, like cold email dying. All these kinds of things, and plus many other pitfalls along the way, which I can't even get into. Every one of these bad things is part of your story. It's part of this like hero's story of your life. Now, every shitty thing that happens makes your story better, right? Every good thing that happens makes your story better. So now you basically just reframed absolutely everything in your life. Every bad thing that happens makes you have an insane story. Every good thing makes your story better. And every movie you watch is way more interesting if there's actually some sort of up and down of the main character. If it was always good, it wouldn't be interesting, right? And that's one small part of the mindset that I have that was cultivated by myself and the people around me, or like let's say absorbed to the people around me, which if I didn't have that, I would just absolutely crumble under the bullshit that I deal with on a week-to-week, monthly basis. So yeah, main two things: action, information, and mindset, which again kind of gets solved with the whole mental ship. But yeah, so that's kind of bringing up today, the kind of the high-level overview. It was a lot of shit, man. It was about a year and a half, absolutely no results, no sales calls, no like minimal sales calls. I did 60 sales calls with not closing a single deal. 60 sales calls. People weren't even kind of interested. Literally 60 sales calls. People weren't even interested. So yeah, it takes time. It's not easy, but that's why it's great. That's why the people that actually make it, I feel so rewarded by it. If it was all so easy, not only would everyone do it, which people still wouldn't do it, but it wouldn't feel rewarding. And that's the point of life. If things don't feel rewarding or things aren't difficult, you don't value them. And yeah, so that's the kind of general run through of everything, kind of the kind of high level overview of what it's taken me to get here, and some just bits of value in between. So I hope this is enjoyable. Hopefully this actually helped you see some kind of path, or at least relate in kind of the struggles that took me to get here. And yeah, if you push through, if you genuinely try hard, and you genuinely want it, you can do it. With just what I told you in this video, you can figure it out, and you will have to figure it out. And these guys behind me make tons of money. They're always figuring out the next problem. So you need to get used to it, that you're a problem solver. If you want to get into this, in some sort of business, not even online business, just business in general, you need to be a problem solver. But yeah, hope this is enjoyable, and yeah, speak to you soon. Bye.